Hello and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. For today's walk I'm going to climb Ben Vrackie on the outskirts of Pitlochrie. This is another very enjoyable and popular walk, and once again with limited parking across 2 car parks with around 30 parking spaces in total. Parking is free, there are no height restrictions, it's an hour and a half drive from both Glasgow and Edinburgh. The total distance for the walk is 9.25 kilometres with 701 metres of ascent and is expected to take around 3 hours and 42 minutes without snow. The route to the summit is very easy to navigate with really only one junction to get right. The rest is following a very clear and obvious path, assuming it's not hidden under snow. And once again there is no scrambling or exposed sections. As always, links to the route for the walk, both car parks, the Scottish Mountain Weather website are included in the description. Starting from the car park, continue north along the road that you drove to get to the car park. You'll enter a wooded area and there's a little house here as you walk by that. As you come up to this point, this is the second car park. If you park in this car park, you can walk up this path through the woodland and take you to the road here, and then you cross over the road and go through a gate. And this is the only point as you're ascending up the mountain that you need to make a decision. If you're walking from the car park that I started to walk, following the road that goes up here, you can easily walk right by that gate and not realise. So you want to go through the gate just after you cross this stream, and then once you've went through that gate you're following a clear and obvious path all the way to the summit. It does get a little bit steeper and the ground is a little bit mushy at this point, and you make your way up here. There's a fence that goes up alongside the road here, so you'll join back up almost directly next to the road with a fence in between. Continue through the woodland here. It shows it being separate to the road, but it actually joins the road at this point. And so you're going along the road, and then the path goes off the road as the road bends to the left, the path goes off through the woodland. And after that, you're basically following this path all the way through the woods. As it leaves the woods, there's another gate. Go through that gate and then you're on this clear path up the mountainside. On my walk, I never noticed this track here. Looking at the satellite imagery, that looks like a 4x4 grass road, but I did not see that on the day. Continue to follow the path up. There is a signpost here for this little path. You just continue on the main path. Continue to rise up here. It showed, when you zoomed in slightly there, it showed another path going off. Again, I didn't see that on the actual walk. So just follow the clear path. It goes round the side of this little hill here and starts to descend a little bit down to this loch over here. Once you come to the end of the little loch, you're then going to go up this steep slope. It's got a good series of rocky steps all the way up. It gets quite steep, but the steps are excellent. You make quick and easy progress going up this steep slope, and then it bends round to the left, again following the steps. They go all the way up until it flattens off, and then the last 150 metres or so is a sort of gravel path. There are no difficulties. This is a walk. A steep set of steps all the way up, but it is only a walk. And from the summit you get excellent views on all directions. It was a little bit cloudy. The summit was clear, but you couldn't see too far in the distance. The easiest way to return to the car is just to follow the same path and retrace your steps. So descend all the way back down the staircase. If you look at Walk Highlands, they do describe some alternate return paths. You can go around the loch here and then follow these paths and join back up where the signpost was down here. I just retraced my steps all the way back down to the woods, follow you down through the woodland. If you were to miss where the path leaves this road, there was a gate around about here, a large gate, so you'd realise you'd missed it. But there are signposts, little posts with green arrows on them dotted along the route, so it is very easy to navigate. Descend back down through the gate and then back down the road to the car park. Good morning, it is 8 AM. I'm on the outskirts of Pitlochrie at the start of the walk for Ben Vrackie. So from this car park, just going to continue to follow the road here in a northerly direction. Looking at the route on the map, the start of this walk has got a few little turns like this. This is the first junction, but there is a sign there for Ben Vrackie, so just keep going straight ahead. There is a second car park here for Ben Vrackie, but we go up to the left of this junction. Just looking back down the way, if you park at that second car park, you can walk up through the woods there. You can just see a red car. You cross this road, well, if you came up the road, we're now going to leave the road and go up through the woods here on the left. There's a faint sign for the Ben. can see the summit of Ben Vrackie. I forgot to put my time lapse on for the last little section. About 300 metres just coming up through the woods back there. Reasonably steep, but easy enough to follow. This has got a good path, I think, all the way to the top. Just follow the signpost marker there, taking the road or the path on the right. On the detailed OS map, that road isn't shown. It used to go up here and join up. Makes navigating a little bit trickier. Well, not with the signposts. Compared to yesterday's weather forecast, it's extremely calm. That is meant to change about lunchtime. With a bit of luck, we'll get up there before then. Another reminder to be well prepared. The one thing that sign failed to mention is we're already at 400 metres, almost halfway up. Nice viewpoint over Pitlochrie. Very slight breeze picking up now. At this junction, the main path to the summit is just on your right. You can go up the left hand side and go around the reservoir up ahead, make it a little bit longer walk, or maybe do that on the return. I'm going to go direct to the summit just now. Some proper sunshine. Really good path up to this point. And it is easy to navigate if you look out for those little green path signs, little green arrows and posts. You follow them, they'll take you straight to the summit. We're at a high point on this path. It's just under 600 metres. Going to descend down to 520 metres at the reservoir. A little bit of cloud forming on the summit now. The path goes up the middle there. You can make it out, yellow grass in between the dark brown heather. Just at the end of this little small reservoir. It looked bigger on the map. Just head across and then looks like a nice set of steps there. Hopefully that takes us all the way up. It's lovely and peaceful and calm at the moment. You can just see in the reservoir there some rain droplets Very light at the moment. Almost 9:30 in the morning and almost up to Little Belach. You can see there's quite a few walkers even this early on a mid-February day. Expecting the wind to pick up once I get out of the protection of the mountainside at the moment. And we're going up into the cloud now. That's the first time the wind has really picked up. This staircase is really good. Perfect for when you're not quite as fit. Not being able to get out as often as I'd like. So we just keep following it up and around there. At the summit of Ben Vrackie, 1 hour and 45 minutes since leaving the car park, and once again about 5 metres from the summit, and the wind's nowhere near as bad, but right at the top, really freezing, significant wind chill, patches of sunlight, looking north and then northeast towards the Cairngorms. Visibility is patchy, cloud comes and goes. I'm not going to stick around here for long. The descent is just the same path as the ascent. As I mentioned earlier, a really good path all the way up until just this final little bit where it's a bit gravel. No difficulties, and definitely makes it easier than climbing up a whole steep scree slope. Now that I've descended far enough down, completely out of the wind, there was a little bit of drizzle back there. Not bad. Some blue sky. If you want to extend the walk, you can go around the reservoir here, so along the path that goes along the edge. Takes you around that top over there, joins back up where I pointed out earlier. From here, just follow the path all the way back down to the car park. Should be no navigational challenges at all on the way back. There are no soggy, boggy sections on this path whatsoever. Looks like this may have been a soggy section in the past and they put a new set of boulders in. Some of it is a little bit muddy, a little bit clay, wet clay. Yesterday there was a yellow weather warning for rain, and when I drove through Pitlochrie there were rivers of water running down the roads. So there's been a heavy rainfall yesterday, and given that, path is excellent. There are a lot of people on this walk today. I think if you're going to try and do this in the summertime, you'll need to get to the car park early. Almost back at the car park. When you come down to the junction here between the gravel road and the path, just follow that little green arrow and down the path on the right hand side. This next section is a short bit I missed on the time lapse this morning, down here to the gate. So I'm at the gate. If you're in the lower car park, the most direct way back is along the road there. And if you're in the upper car park, there's a little walk through the woods here down to that car park. So, as you can see in the signpost, it's showing both directions. I'm going to go down this way just to get an idea of how many cars could fit in the upper car park. I guess depending how you park, you'll probably get about 10 cars in here. There's space for at least 5 cars at the moment. So we'll go out this car park and down to the other one. That's me back at the car park, 3 hours since leaving. Looks like you can get about 20 cars in this car park, so about space for about 30 vehicles in total. Really nice walk, enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed it as well, and thanks for watching, and bye for now.